Hello everybody. So are you wondering what I have right here? Alright, let me tell you. I put together a kit that I am offering for sale for a mini album, and I'm including all the embellishments, die cuts, paper, and the whole shell of the mini album. And if you saw my video on this one that I created, which was a couple days ago, you can go look at that. Now this one's not nearly as big, but it's still pretty big. So anyways, I cut up all I used my leftover papers, but I cut them into 6x6, and I built the shell of the mini album. Now these are all the embellishments and die cuts, and I'll go through the papers and stuff with you last, but I want to go through this first. Now this is a closure, and you have the option. It's already magnetized for you, and your paper, will cover your magnet right up. But I magnetized the back because you want to, this is just for placement for you, and I didn't want to glue this on the back. So number one, it'll make it easier for you to put your paper on. Number two, if you don't want this type of closure, and you would rather do your own thing with ribbon or something, you still have the option to do that, and these magnets are not going to get in your way. You'll just cover them with paper. So there's the closure. It's made out of the chipboard, wrapped in paper, very sturdy. You know, and I included papers that you can put over it for decoration if you want. So, but that's how it'll work if you choose to have the closure. But what I recommend is that you're going to glue the back down, and the glue I recommend to use is this Fabric Tech. So anyways, let me show you the inside of the mini. It's going to be kind of hard to see. Everything's magnetized. It has a 3-inch spine, and the album measures, the cover's bigger. It's 6 wide by, I made it 7 because I like it to be bigger than the pages. And then the pages are on the inside, they measure 5 3/4 by 6 3/4. Now all the papers are cut into 6x6. I am including some longer ones for the cover of what I have left, but you can still use a 6x6 paper for your cover because there's lots of trims. And like I said, I like to cut a border around. And if you don't like to cut the border and just have it all paper, then glue 2 pieces of paper and put, you know, embellish your seam with paper or embellishments and die cuts and stuff like that. So it'll work. It will work. Okay, so here's the cover of the album. Now, when you get this, you're going to see there's a little bit of buckling right there, but that's, I mean, I have that in all my albums. You're going to cover this with paper, decorative paper, so you're not gonna, you won't see that. And then if you want to do a ribbon closure, that's where you glue your ribbon here and then glue your paper on top. But okay, everything is magnetized, and it is 4 pages, which then becomes 8 because they're both double-sided. They all have the pocket insert, and you would cover that with your paper. But this gets thicker when you cover it with paper. So this is the skeleton of the album. You know, you might find a little glue here and there, but it's all getting covered up. This is how it goes when I make them too. So I've already punched things out and created it for you. The magnets are taped on. They do get covered up with paper. I recommend that you put some glue over them, and I recommend, but you could do it how you want, is to use score tape or your ATG gun to go around the edges of all your papers and glue them on. As all you have to do is measure how big you want the paper. For instance, this pocket, so you're gonna measure the pocket, and I usually do it 1/4 of an inch smaller. So this will open up like a pocket, and then you put your papers here, and it has 2 photo mats that are gonna sit inside there, and you cover this with paper for a photo. Close that up. It has the inside pocket. The next page has like a double pocket, and you can see all my magnets around because you got to cover those with paper. I tape them for gluing purposes that they don't come off when I glue. So you're going to have these 2 flips to go this way, then this will flip up this way, and then here's a nice spot for a photo or several, however you want. Okay, then we have this page. This is going to open this way and then also this way. Okay. There's seams where I made my pockets. You're going to cover that up with paper. I did cut a tag, 2 tags out with coordinating paper, but you can use these as templates to cut out more tags if you wish. Or if you want to layer it with the paper, use this one as a template and vice versa. So they are a template as well, and you can use them. Then I made this decorative pocket. That goes on there. I have trims that you can use, the rhinestone trims, put a strip of decorative paper. You'd measure your paper to about here. You don't have to go all the way down and tuck it in. Whatever, so that closes like that. Oh, let me put the tag back in. And that's magnetized. And then I did a flip page, which with a scallop. Not a flip, it's kind of a belly band. The magnet's on there. This does get thicker when you put your decorative paper on top. And that flips up. And then there's photo mats for you to decorate how you want. And then a nice place for photos. And then this magnet closes and holds your photo mats in. This one, I just did a side pocket. And I did that cutout trim. And you put your 2 photo mats, tuck them in there. And of course it has a pocket in the center as well for a pull out. This is a waterfall. I had to glue paper down on this because I could have left it black, but that's no fun. So I did, that's the only piece of paper I glued because you have to glue your waterfall on top. So then again, that's the flip. And then your waterfall. And then you can cut the paper and put whatever papers you want on there, embellish it the way you want. And then this page I did a triangle. Let me show you so you can see it. See how I did the triangle pocket? You can put decorative trim there. You know, you can cut out, you're gonna have to line your paper up and cut it in a triangle to glue it on top. And these photo mats go inside of there. Like that. And again, we have the pull-out tag. And then this one, I did a closure already with ribbon. It's already glued underneath. If you don't like that, you can cut it off and nobody will know. So these 2 open. And then this lifts. And it has a magnet already there for you. And another pocket with that scalloped edge and 2 photo mats that go right in there. So, I didn't put anything on the covers, on the back and front covers. You can do it with paper and you can add a pocket or whatever you want with all your embellishments and photo mats or whatever. So then again, it's made out of really good chipboard. Nice spine. It's all ready for you to decorate the way you want. So now what's included in this kit is going to be, let me go over the papers first, and then we'll do the embellishments. Alright, so we have, I cut these in 6x6. They're all double-sided. This is the Authentique Elegance collection. And it's what I have left. So these are all in 6x6. They're all double-sided. So you're going to get an abundance of these. 1, 2. You're going to have more than enough to do this album that you're going to have extra, and you can make cards or come up with your own if you wish. This one, and some are faded. It's the way the paper was when I cut it. Real pretty turquoise. I'll show you the backs. And then the back of that is all this cool newspaper. Newspaper print. So you can use either side. And then this real pretty, see the spoons in the frames. I'm going to get a lot of that. And the back of that is just cut. You get that. You can use it on your backs of your photos for journaling or whatever. But I love that. And then I didn't have as much of this left over to do 6x6, but you're going, and that's the back, it's damask. You're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, so it's still enough to do pages and your little photo mats. Plus I put in some scraps so you could do your small pockets if you like that paper. And then there's, I think, 12 of these. That's the one side, and the back is just a real pretty faint like floral print. So you're going to get a number, I think there's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, there's 12 sheets of that. So like I said, you have more than enough to do this album, and you're going to have extra left over. Now I included some filler papers. That's what I use. Oh, well, I didn't have any big ones of this particular paper, but I included all these smaller pieces. These are enough that you'll be able to cut them and go over and use them on, I'll show you. Well, first of all, you can use it. There we go. My tag was coming out. Like these flaps, there's plenty to cover these flaps. And right there, you could cover that. So that's why I included these. And then there's a lot more of in this size too. These are what I had left over from what I made my album, so I thought I'd include it. And so there's enough to do your pockets and your, you know, your photo mats and stuff, some of them. Okay, so I included those. I included these strips in case you want to add, you know, strips on top or pockets. And then these are longer if you want to do your spine or your belly bands to cut out to go over the belly bands. So that's why I'm including these long strips, so you can have your choice of colors. Now I'm leaving, and then there's long strips of this. So you gotta, you know, you can use, these are enough to, you know, go on these tips of these pockets because they're narrow, and cut them out. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm including all these for you. There's a nice good piece of that one. And this filler paper, that's not part of the collection, but it makes pretty pockets if you use it as is, and you know, if you want to add a pocket to some of your pages. So, and then these are more like the damask and stuff, the bigger damask. And this is in case you want to do your cover without splitting it up. This is plenty big enough to do your whole cover. And then, or you can do it in this and add the papers on. And then you can do your spine. There's plenty to wrap your spine halfway. So I'm including all those. Now, I'm just going to put this away. I'll get it organized off camera to save time. So that's the paper that you're going to get. And let me go over these embellishments with you. Let me zoom in. I included a lot, guys. A whole lot. There's no way you'll be able to get all these in this album. So let's start out with the teeny weeny stuff first. The little, I'm going to, I just, charms, bling, buttons, all kinds of stuff. So there's tons of this rhinestone trim. You can see. So you're going to get that, and there's another huge long piece. I didn't measure it. I don't know if it's quite a yard. I know it's more than 12 inches, so yeah, there's a lot. So you get two big pieces of that, and then I included this bigger rhinestone trim. Nice piece of that. I included this piece of mesh bling, which you can cut into strips if you want, or use it however, if you have something to die cut, or you want to, you could even wrap your closure in it too. So there's that. And then let me just go ahead and dump this out, and I'll put them in the dish. There's here's some white pearls, sticky back, flat back pearls, a button, another button, all coordinating, a bobble, This beautiful piece I'm including, this is from, I want to say, I don't remember where I got it, but it's beautiful, and I thought that could go on your closure on the front if you want, where, you know, for decoration when you lift it up. I'm including that, these buttons and baubles, more another bauble that you can string, make charms. I'm including all these beads if you want to make a dangling charm or something with these holes. So this beautiful piece, you can always paint this black, the copper, if it doesn't match. Some black bling, some more black bling. It's all on sticky back. And these are more of the beads. Some pieces of these that you can glue on your flower centers. There's a whole bunch of these little blingy dragonflies in here that you can randomly put everywhere. Here's another button. More beads that coordinate. I included these flat back pearls. These are from Sock Crafters. There's a whole bunch. I don't even pick them all out. And then more of these. There's a whole bunch of these dragonflies in here, and you can randomly just put them around. Then I included this that you can start to make a charm and hang those baubles off of. And the rest is all bling, pieces of bling to glue on. It's all in the teal and white, and you can see there's a whole bunch there. So that's the bling part, and they'll all come in these little packages for you. And if you look how I did mine, I just randomly glued bling all over. That looks real pretty. Okay, so there's a big one. Alright, so that's the bling part. Next we're going to go through the flowers. Now I got 2 packs of flowers. These are what I call silk fabric flowers, and then I made coordinating flowers from the paper collection. And there's another strip of these swirly pattern blings that you're going to get. So let me go through this one first. In here you're going to get, and I just coordinated all the colors, you're going to get this sprig that has the diamond in, and these can all be cut up. You're going to get these beautiful teal flowers. There's 1, 2, 3 of those, and then there's 3 of them in black. You're going to get this cool feather that looks really awesome if you glued it down with your flowers. You're going to get these little picks. And then I included these satin ribbons, which these are good. These satin ribbon flowers, which these are kind of good if you want to do a pull out for your tags. To leave it open, you could glue that on there so you have something to pull it out, or however you want. It's up to you. So there's 4 of those. I included that, and then some wild orchids and recollections flowers that all coordinate. Another flower that coordinates. These are pieces of some trim that I cut off that I use. You can cut these little flowers, which you're going to get this trim in your trim package too. But these are just ones that I cut up, and you can see how you can use them by putting them under flowers. These pretty leaves that you can put under your flowers. So that's those flowers. And then these are the ones that I cut out of the paper to coordinate, and I did flowers and bows. So you're going to get umpteen of these, and you can put pearls in the centers of them to decorate them more, but that's all from scrap paper that I just cut out from the collection. So you're going to get all these, all look so pretty on your pages. Nice pretty black. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different bows that I made with my bow die out of the paper, so you can add those onto pages. And so you get those. And then let me do the trims. It's going to come in this baggie and they all coordinate. So we're going to have, there's pieces of this which you can cut and put the pearls in the center and use it as a flower or line the border of your pages or your spine. And there's several pieces of those, and you can line them up and glue them on to make it longer. There's some of that. So you're going to get a bunch of that. This beautiful black lace. Nice big piece for that. Piece of this white rosette trim. And here's that border trim that I showed you. And what I did a lot, here's where I cut out the leaves. And these are nice to put like a pearl in the middle. Put in the corners of your pages. So that's in there, but I left this hole so you can either use it as a ribbon. Sorry. You can either use it as a ribbon or intricately cut this out and cut these flower clusters out, or use it as a piece of trim. So you'll get that. Then here's a little piece of daisy trim to border things in. You're going to get this ruffled tulle type trim, a nice piece of that. You're going to get this little piece of trim, nice big size. Here's another little piece of that white flower trim. I like to cut these up too and put them on. Like I just cut the flower off and then I glued it in the center of this. Real pretty. You're going to get this piece of rosette trim. You're going to get some ribbon, coordinating ribbon. Another piece of coordinate. This is a smaller piece, but I had it as extra. This long piece of white satin ribbon. The skinnier ribbon, so you can make your own bows. And then this, a doily. This piece of trim, which you can use as a piece of trim or cut off the little tassels. Here's a tassel that I included. And this piece of trim, little tiny rosette trim. Alright, so those are the trims. Now let me go through the die cuts. I had to bag them separate because they get tangled. So let me start with this. You're going to get several pieces of these corners. I use these in most of all my albums. And you can glue just the corners and keep them as, mount your photos in them, or just use them as decorative corner pieces. So I gave you a whole bunch of these. I think, yeah, you're going to get a lot of those to embellish your album. I included this frame that it's white, but you can paint it or emboss it or even put paper over it. And I have the little heads that can go in there. I'll show you in a minute. I included these picture frames that you can put in, where's my camera? 1, 2, 3, 4 of these that I die cut out, and you could glue them down. And then I kept the circles in them, and I used extra thick cardstock for this. So you can use the circles to cut out your photos for a template, put them in there. And then you could also just use these to space around the album, like, you know, put this here, cut it out with the decorative paper and put embellishments on there, you know. Different ideas, a nice bow. So you'll get those. And then you're going to get, I cut out these little swirls. These are really delicate. That's what it is. And I included some. they get tangled. You have to sit there very carefully and just pick them apart because there's nothing I can do about it. But they're fine, see? So you get those. Get that back in there. And then this. I did a lot of die cutting. There's these couple of these little pieces that you can put on top of your photos. Here's some wood pieces. These are from Saw Crafters of the silhouette head. And when I was talking about the frame on the front, you can use this as your cover. Like that. So you're going to get one small one and two of these bigger ones. You're going to get some more die cuts, two of these chandeliers, an Eiffel Tower. Oh yeah, and here's another larger head that I painted black already. So you get that. Here's a little dress form. And then I cut out several of these heads. That's a die that I have. Of this. And you can use it either way. So you can embellish your pages with these. Real pretty. And then I did a bunch of these leaves for you to, you know, put underneath your flowers, embellish your corners, whatever. So you're going to get a bunch of these leaves. And I had this extra from when I made my album, just like a piece you could put on one of your photos or something. This is a wood fan that I painted black, or you can change the color if you want. This key that you can paint or change the color for embellishing. And that is it, guys. This is the whole kit. It's everything you need except for you need your own glue and your own tape. Like I said, this is what I recommend. But you can use what you want, and the score tape to attach your papers or your ATG gun. But there you go. You can create your own beautiful mini album. It's all coordinated for you. All the supplies are here. And I will, if you're interested in purchasing this, just send me an email. I'll have my email in the description box below. And for this kit, I am charging $65. You get the whole thing. That does include shipping. I don't know if I can't fit it in a box or it weighs too much. I'm going to send it the cheapest way I can. So I don't know if it'll come in a priority. But if I can't fit it in another box or it's too heavy, then it'll come priority, medium flat rate. But like I said, that's $65. That includes shipping. I've done all the work for you. You just have to have fun and decorate it, and you're going to have enough to make cards and everything else. So there you go. Send me an email, guys, and also let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. If you would like me to put together more kits on mini albums that are already done for you, let me know. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.